Meow, Huples cat, 3rd of November. I am at the Brownhill Tract of the York Regional Forest. It's 16 centigrade, which is far too hot. I don't know why it's so hot. Maybe the climate's changing. So we're swinging away from the road now, and we're going to go into the deep forest. No hunting. No hunting. There's a lot of people on the trails. Car park was pretty full for this place. It's a huge area. We've been here quite a few times. We've been lost twice, usually because of clouds, so you can't see where the sun is. So of course the sun is in the south, pointing towards the shining light of America. Alright, off we go. Which way, kitty? That way or that way? Onward. Alrighty. Kitty has a great sense of direction, so we won't get lost this time, will we? So the trail markings here are woefully inadequate. If you are going to come and there is no sun that's obvious, make sure you bring a compass. This one, definitively, you can get quite lost in it. We have been lost twice here, and it's kind of a frightening experience if you have dogs that are very heavy and threatening to stop moving. But we survived both times. So we're going to follow this green trail and see where we go. Of course it meanders so badly that you can easily end up just going round and round in circles. Kind of like a metaphor. Why have I stopped here? Do you recognise what this tree is? It's highly, highly, highly endangered. Yep. We're finally trying to figure out how to protect them. And it's about time. Technically.
Could they?
Technically.
Maybe they should have.
Oh, it wouldn't make any difference. Doesn't matter how mighty you are, eventually you will fall. And then you will go to the ground again and you will become growth again, and then you will rise. I love these little clearings where big trees gone down. Beautiful place. Still can sort of hear the road, but it's kind of annoying. So yeah, I'm very close to actually taking off this sweatshirt. It's hot, and I probably will. The climate continues to show signs of instability. Everybody's focused on the wrong things right now, but you've got to really look at what's going on with the global climate, and it's a definitive trigger factor for prepping, in my opinion. There's currently an island called South Georgia that Britain owns, not Argentina. Long story on that one. And it's about almost 95 miles long and has penguins and seals and sheep. Used to be for whaling. Another terrible indictment of humanity that was. Anyway, there's a ice floe that's longer than that island, that's going to grind into it and destroy a lot of the feeding grounds for the penguins and the seals there. And then when it finally melts, will actually infinitesimally increase the ocean's depth, which will of course cause more flooding and other things. So yeah, it's not something you can just ignore and hope it goes away or pretend it doesn't exist like COVID. You can pretend it's not real. You can pretend the death rate's unimportant and you're personally safe from it. But at the end of the day, all of these factors are coming together, and they're coming together in ways that no government has got the power or the economy to deal with. And it'll be down to the individual to literally make their own way out of it and figure out how to best deal with calamity. And I'm not sure hating other groups of people is going to be the best way to actually prepare for SHTF, but certainly a lot of preppers online are doing that, so good luck to them. I was wrong about Biden's landslide. and I admit that. And I said at the time my reasons for it, and I think my reasons remain valid. What I didn't take into account is how many people in the United States of America actively feel disenfranchised from political parties because of the transfer of wealth to the elite, which both candidates will continue to do, whoever wins. What am I looking at?
Wasps nest.
You sure it's wasps?
I think so.
Sure it's not murder hornets?
I think it's a wasp.
Isn't that a beautiful one?
It is.
I just dropped my glasses.
Oh, no.
Is it safe?
Hmm?
Is it safe?
Yeah.
I guess they know what they're doing.
Might be empty.
Might be.
You have a little eggy baby.
Now, for those people out there who like to make videos, this will probably be my thumbnail because it kind of looks like a face. Do you see that, kitty? It's what?
Screaming because of the election. Ah, I like the scream.
Are you upset that Trump didn't landslide?
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm upset that he was born.
Oh, that's nasty. You wouldn't have Ivanka and Donald Jr. and all the rest of them if he wasn't born. No comment.
He's here and no evil.
There he is. A Ganami. So I guess the mountain bikes go over there and then they lose their reflectors. Cool. Alright, I think we're going around in circles still, you know.
That's okay. I'm enjoying it.
How long have we been out? We've been out 37 minutes. So I'm not sure if we're going to get the Greek dog, Otis. He arrives in Canada tomorrow and he's going to have to be fostered, probably adopted before we able to finish nights, because we're doing like about 6 out of 8 nights, 12-hour night shifts. So it would be totally unfair on him for us to pick him up at the airport, although it would have made a great video, and then leave him on his own for like so long. And it turns out he is not known if he's cat friendly or not. That judgment was made based upon he's a friendly guy in Greece. Anyway, so there are other dogs out there who need adoption, and we've got very big hearts for them, and we're going to keep looking. But hopefully we will get Otis, but it will depend on whether he gets adopted in the next week or two. Is Kitty taking the long way?
Yes. Always.
Are you excited about getting Otis?
I'm a little nervous.
Why so?
Well, I'm still very sad.
Yeah. Some people would argue we should not be getting a dog whilst we're still in grief.
Yes, and logically we probably should save our money and move and then get one. But wouldn't it be nice? I don't know, I'm trying to make you walk a lot, and he's a really great motivator. And I know the house is so empty. I feel bad if they have to be nice to the cats.
Yeah, we're not going to go back to the Vichy scenario no matter what. If we get a dog that does that, we'll have to send it back.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that to these cats. They're far too fragile.
yeah. But, you know, you get home and there's nobody there, and I find it really upsetting.
Well, I'm there.
So you're with me, getting home to nobody there.
No, that's true. Our two cats are not in your face like Huples was.
No, although they're
They're lovely cats.
Yeah.
But they're kind of skittish.
They are.
Alright, Kitty, how long do you reckon before we get out of this?
6 days. I have no idea where we are. Oh, look at that pretty colour.
Oh yeah.
Rust coloured.
Rust fungi.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Cook it for dinner?
Do you want to take it home and cook it?
No, thanks.
Alrighty. Kitty has no mercy for me. One of the interesting points about this particular forest, it's rare, is there's actually no open source water here at all. There's a rare forest in Ontario with that. There must be a huge amount of sand and it must be on an elevation. In fact, it is on an elevated hill, so there's nowhere for water to actually form. Now, if we could ever find the way out of here and go to the bottom of the big hill, there's lots of streams. But again, this goes back to knowing your area. Like, this forest just doesn't have any open water. There it is. Anyway, it has a lot of switchbacks.
We could have been here already for all I know.
I don't think so. We're still on the green trail. Not that I find the trail markings every kilometre any use anyway. So we're still going round and round and round in circles, but we're now very much more on the east side of the track, and because it's lower off the hill, you probably can't see that, the ground's starting to get a little bit more moist, which means that you get certain types of trees that we haven't seen at all, that we normally see all the time. Pretty sure that that is a silver birch. I think it is. Anyway, excellent fire tinding. You can make cups out of it, all that sort of thing, if you haven't brought a cup with you. But the fire tinding aspect is excellent. So if you're ever lost in the forest and you want to start a fire, find a tree like this, and it'll be low ground, near water or near moist areas. Chop that up very finely, scrape it with the knife, and you will get a decent fire tinder. Alright, did Kitty wait for me? Or have I lost her? Well, I'm still on the green trail. Oh, there she is. What are you doing? Holding up the trees. What time? How long have we been going for? Green trail. 47 minutes. What's your ETA for us to get out of here? Alrighty. Alright. I love them. They're nice, eh?
What? Oh yeah.
Beauty. Oh, dead tree root system. Long since fallen. As you can see, they do manage these tracks. They'll go in there and take out dead trees. They will manage diseased trees, and that's what the blue bands are. You probably can't see that too well. And so there is partial logging here, but it's never clear cut, and that makes a big difference to life. There's Kitty. For those people who are wondering, yes, you can occasionally rarely get bears in here, but it's not really a big issue. The main road to the north is swinging this side of us, and that's why you can hear the traffic noise.
In. Went in.
What went in?
Coming out.
Yeah, it is coming out. Beautiful.
It is nice, isn't it?
Mm.
We live with aliens already. We live in the see these things, don't we?
Yeah.
They're very, very unusual.
They have their time scales on their planet. And
Yeah, they do. And they're beautiful.
anyway, this is a large tree trunk that's been cut, and it actually is not this wide. What it was two trees branched off from one root system. There's the first one, and there's the second. And you can see the effects of the rapid growth early on, and then as it gets older, you get slower and slower growth. Pretty cool. A record of good and bad tree growing weather. Going back, maybe 100 years. Of course, left to their own devices, the bigger trees in our forest would last 400 to 500 years, and when the Europeans invaded North America, Indeed, there was lots and lots of trees here that were in fact that old, and I can't imagine just how impressive it was. So much trees, so much canopy, and such history, and we just chopped it all down because that's what we do. Anyway, onwards and upwards because Kitty's getting bored. This is hopefully taking her mind off the election. Poor thing. She had such high hopes that there would be a repudiation of Trump's type of government and personality, and of course she was wrong, as were a lot of people, including me. So, America, stay safe, try and talk to the other side. They're not evil, they're just people. Yeah.
They didn't look at the clock when we were here.
Yeah.
An hour, 10 minutes.
So about 60 minutes ago, we walked out, well, 50 minutes ago we walked out of there, and then we headed that way on the green trail, and we have not taken any reverse trails whatsoever, and we haven't crossed any trails whatsoever, and we are literally back where we started. So I think for amusement's sake we should go that way. We're still heading sort of south, though of course the sun at this time of day is now heading more to the southwest. The southern border finally managed. And there goes Kitty. There ain't no stopping her. This came actually out a series of uphills at the end of this on the southern part. This came out quite a really nice forest. Yeah. Yeah, true, but this is definitively pine and it's dried. Where it's had damage, there's still some in there, glistening. You can't see it. So this makes an excellent glue. Not as good as super glue, not as good as duct tape, but it's a good glue. Certain times of the year you just brush past these and you just get covered in sticky stuff. What?
Big Meanie Loop, 3.3 kilometers.
Okay, so this is the main side trail, right? So the Big Meanie Loop, in theory, is 3.3 kilometers. But I think realistically what we did was 5 to 6 maybe. I think we actually doubled back on it somehow or other. It's a loop, so we did 3.3 kilometers in about 40 minutes. I would have thought. Well, I imagine this takes you to the fence. And I imagine this takes you to the way out. And I'm not really keen on doing Stumpy. A lot of these trails are back loops where they come back into it. Your call. South or north? You got enough?
Well, we're over an hour and 10. It's up to you.
Alright, we'll go back this way. So that's it from us. We've had a little walk, and I think we are on the main trail because I have spotted
a baby.
A baby, not ours. Well, that was kind of fun.
We didn't do this area, which looks kind of fun, actually.
Yeah, Stumpy in the orange in that area would be kind of cool.